everybody, and welcome to the Fandom Flux Podcast, episode 121. Okay, here's the thing. I was very excited about getting to episode 124 because there have been 123 episodes of the Internet Box, and I wanted to have more than them.
Right. Okay. That
But
sounds good.
here's the thing. The Internet Box started up again last week.
Oh, well, shit.
I'm very mad about that. Because if we hadn't missed, all the episodes that we missed for stupid reasons, we'd have been beating it already, and we would have been in perpetuity. But now, damn it.
Did they ever miss a week?
I think they have, yeah.
Oh.
Well, it stopped for 2 years, and
Oh, I
I think
know.
we started not long before they finished. So it would have been cool to say we basically filled the gap. It'd have been stupid to say that, but it would
Well,
have been
yeah.
fun.
So which one's more popular then?
Them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
by a lot.
No shit.
In fairness, they cheated.
What?
Well, they totally cheated. They had fucking Michael Jones and Ray from Achievement Hunter on there, and Barbara.
Well, okay. Yeah, that's fair enough.
And
I'm
Lindsay.
sure if we had a popular person. Well, okay, we already did actually. We had Kenshi, and he brought in a bunch of people.
Well, he brought in 6 people the one time he decided to promote the podcast. So thanks, Kenchi.
Welcome.
You've never done it since, I notice.
I do it sometimes.
No, you don't.
Are you
Bear in
ashamed to
mind
be
that-
seen with us?
You are on my fucking author alerts list. I read every chapter you post. You have not done it since.
I keep forgetting to. On the time I put something up, I just wanted to be over with. I just had to put it up.
Okay. So, you might have noticed, I'm Casey. Hi. How's it going? We also have Slicer,
Hello.
Guy,
Hello.
and Kenshua.
Hi, I'm Kenchi618. Now,
And I don't
you
promote our
with
podcast.
the best sideburns in the business.
You don't even have sideburns.
Yes, I do. Hell, you
grew
mean
sideburns?
sideburns? I've always had sideburns. I've had sideburns since the day you first heard me speak. I've had sideburns since I was like 13.
They're not big sideburns, though. It's
Yeah,
kind of
they're big sideburns.
they're not.
They're
Yeah.
pretty lame, to be honest.
Should go on mutton chop on that shit.
Yeah, it's not 1860, so I'm not gonna be doing that.
You could start a trend.
I won't start a trend. I actually did that before. It didn't work out so great. It looks really stupid.
Hmm. Well, I'm glad you're not doing it anymore. That does sound stupid.
No, I think it'd be awesome.
You would.
Yeah, I would, and I do. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Right. So, what have we established so far? Right, Kenshi's lame at promotion. So we're gonna start with what we're doing. So, what have we been doing? Kenshi, aside from not promoting the podcast, what have you been doing?
Put out a chapter less than 0.
Did you promote us on that
I did
chapter?
not.
Didn't think so.
You know what? I'm gonna start not doing it out of spite now instead of just forgetfulness.
So nothing is gonna change.
Nothing
Yeah,
changes
that's
then.
unbelievable.
But that's gonna change. But when you bring it up, I'll just be like, "Huh?"
So nothing's gonna change.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. So what have you been doing?
What else? I don't think I've been doing anything. Like, I really haven't been. It's been very, very chill and calm. And winter. I don't do stuff in winter. It's cold.
Okay. That's not wrong, I suppose. Actually, what's the weather like outside? I haven't been outside in 4 days.
Cold. As fuck. The sun is out, which is confusing.
Let's see, weather app.
It's just my
Okay, so it's a little cloudy, I guess. That's nice. Not even bothering to look out my window.
You live in England. It's cloudy.
I think the last time I checked the app, it was like it said it was snowing or something. I thought, oh, that's cool. I'll look out the window, and there was no snow. It was very disappointing. So aside from being incredibly chill, what have you been doing, Kenji?
Apparently, like, half my friends list on PlayStation Network has got this like Digimon game that I don't know exactly what
Oh
it's,
yeah,
but I might
I've
look at it.
I've heard there was a new Digimon game that people were shitting themselves over. I don't know anything about Digimon, so I don't care.
I mean, I haven't even seen it. I was too busy playing the hell out of some NBA 2K16. I've been really getting stuck into that stupid sports game because I'm winning constantly. Like I keep winning and I can't stop. And damn it, I'm addicted. I can't stop playing it. It's
You should try and do the Kuroko's basketball thing where you try and get the scoreboard to read 1-1-1-1-1 right the way across.
yeah, you can't do that. You are easily
uh,
amused.
yeah. I do the same thing with like time. If I see like the clock say 22:22 in 22 seconds, I kind of just go ee like it's a cool moment. I was very very disappointed that I didn't notice when it was I think it was the it was 11:11 and 11 seconds on the 11th of November 2011 and I missed it and I was really mad about it.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm
that's
easily amused, but goddamn, that would have been a cool second.
I got mad when I didn't realize a few days ago that it was January 23rd, 2014.
Okay, I get the
oh
one, two,
yeah,
three
okay.
thing.
Oh, yeah. Didn't sound right. It was something like that. Something like that happened, and I didn't notice it, and it really pissed me off. I don't remember what it, especially because it came up in the newscast.
Mm.
If you want, you could just imagine you were actually alive during that moment. Make everything go right.
Well,
Things would
in
have been
eight
great for me that time period.
in 18 years, you'll actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or wait, no, that's 3, 4. Never mind.
None of us are good
It's
at
gonna be
math.
even longer.
Very disappointing. We are incredibly lame people.
Speak for yourself.
Kenchi and I are incredibly lame people. See, Kenchi, we can
There you
Why am
relate.
go.
I?
You and I.
Why am I
You and
lame?
I can relate.
The hell am I
Because
doing?
you would like the 1, 2, 3 thing. I don't know what you were going for, but you were there with me on that. Anything else, Kenchi?
Oh, I'm just sad now.
Apparently you're sad all the time, so saddo.
Not wrong.
All right. Fuck it, me. I'm on holiday because apparently, I get 2 weeks off right now. So that's kind of okay. I found this out last week that I was getting these 2 weeks off.
Is it
So
paid?
yeah, it's like I've mentioned before. We've got to have all of our holidays, and my designated time to have a holiday was apparently now. So
Wow, what a
I'm on
random
holiday right now.
best time to get a holiday.
Hmm. So it's very. I would like to be able to schedule my holidays again. I mean, I know, yeah, I'm getting the time off, but I'd like to actually arrange my time off rather than just saying, okay, you're off. You know, it's maybe I'm greedy. I don't know.
No, that's pretty normal. That you should be able to.
Hmm. Oh well. Aside from that, Dark Souls is going well. We're like so close to the end. Like all but the final boss have actually been done, except for the bonus DLC bosses, which are the most bullshit of bullshitty bullshit. Ugh. But yeah, that series is basically wrapping up at this point. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah, all you got to do is the secret stuff, and then we got to fight the trio of final bosses.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be nowhere near as much of a ball ache as the rest of the stuff that I've been doing. So yes, that's my current email address, Steam. Yeah, there's a fucking confirming name. I just want to look at my library, Steam. What are you doing? God damn it. I'm doing a thing right now, Steam. Steam!
Steam gives zero fucks what you're doing right now.
Apparently. Jesus Christ, Steam. Also, stop asking for my goddamn phone number, Steam.
Steam just wants to call you and chill later. Steam wants to get to know you.
I wanted to make a hot time pun or something like that, but it didn't come to me, so I got nothing. Right. So, Steam, as I was saying, XCOM 2 came out. I don't think we've talked about it yet. So, XCOM 2 came out. It's pretty cool. Uh, Maybe we'll do something with that at some point. Maybe.
That would be nice.
Probably when Zero's not sick and dying. But yeah, that'd be cool. But it's a good game so far. Already has a surprising amount of mod support, so that's kind of cool too. Apparently, the guys that did Long War were basically contracted to do some mods for it.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, so they added a new class, a new enemy type, and a new weapon category. So,
What's the
pretty cool
weapon
stuff.
category?
Submachine guns.
Ah,
So you get bonus movement when you use them, but they do less damage. Yeah. Um, Aside from that, fucking apparently Naruto, etc., etc., etc. Storm 4 came out on Tuesday. I found that out because I happened to be browsing my library and seeing if there was anything in particular I wanted to play, and clicked on it, and it was like ready for install, like immediately. I was like, oh, that came out. When did that come out? Turned out it was half an hour before I started looking at my library. So
Good,
nice coincidence, I suppose.
good for
So
you.
yeah, it was weird, but it's okay, I guess. Um, Kent, you'll probably get this better than most, but um, do you remember Generations,
Yes.
the mid game that they did between them? How they had the the storyline done in like um, uh, still shots, like a slideshow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing that again for like half of it.
that sounds
You,
terrible.
It's not great. Yeah,
mm,
yeah. So like a lot of the first half of the game is apparently like that, but then once you get to the part with Guy opening the 8 gates, then it comes back to CG for a lot of it instead.
it damn sure better be the part that's in full motion.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it does a lot of the stuff that I didn't actually see of the story. So like Obito, uh, and his whole thing, and him staying with Madara and Guru Guru and all that crap that I didn't know anything about, and actually makes him kind of sympathetic, which I probably needed the context for when we were doing the manga reflux that we were doing back then. I almost said manga recap. That's the other show. That's not us. Um, but yeah, it's that stuff's pretty interesting. But that stuff was probably pretty interesting in the anime as well. So no points for that. But the gameplay, I've had some pretty severe input lag on the menus, but not in the actual fights, so it's not the important part, but it's still really fucking annoying. and a lot of the mechanics it doesn't actually tell you how to use. Like it brings in a whole host of new stuff. Like you can switch to uh, your supports as the main fighter, but it doesn't tell you how to do that unless you dig into the tutorials. Uh, and there's like you remember the secret things like it would show you a scroll in I think it was in 3. It would show you a picture of a scroll and that was to say, hey, you need to do a ninjutsu move here, and it'll do something cool. They still have those, but there's like the first fight I saw them in, there was 4 of them, and it doesn't tell you anything about how to do them.
Well, that
It's
kind of
just, hey, there's
sucks.
4 secret things here, so do stuff, I guess.
Does it at least make sense based on the story?
I have no idea because at that point I didn't experience the story.
Oh,
Um, but yeah, it's not amazing, but you know, it's still good. I can understand why they got rid of the like overworld stuff, like the RPG bits of it in the main story. It makes sense that they get rid of that because there's nothing you could do with that at this point of the story. Because it literally starts with fighting Obito when he takes off the mask.
yeah, it would be pretty linear from that point on.
Yeah, so there's nothing they could have done with that for free roaming. So they basically chopped that out of the story section and added an entirely different adventure section that happens after the end of the story, which I looked at briefly. And it opens with Naruto is going to deliver a message to the Sand Village, and Sakura and Hinata decide to go with him because, hey, we need to do fucking shipping bullshit.
Damn right.
So after the like 5 to 10 minute cutscene of Hinata going, I, I, I need to spend more time with Naruto. Uh, this, this is my big chance. After 5 to 10 minutes of that, it starts with the gameplay, and you can do free roaming. And after 5 to 10 minutes of that, I wanted nothing to do with that part of the game. So,
Is it not very good?
It's never
uh,
particularly great.
Oh, see that's weird to me because I always avoided the fighting game Naruto games and stuck with the open world ones.
see, I liked that part of the game, but now that it's completely perfunctory bullshit that you don't actually have to do as part of the story. I don't want to touch it because now it just feels pointless.
Mm.
Someone's phone's ringing.
Yeah, that's mine. It's
Do you want to get it?
nah, it's fine. Probably not point important. If it's work, I'm ignoring them anyways.
That wouldn't be like a song, would it? Because that copyright's a thing, dude.
Sorry.
Copyright's a thing. That's a concern.
Uh, what am I ringtone? Oh,
Could be. I don't know.
no, it's not a song. It's just a ringing.
Okay, just thought I'd check. Um, yeah. Oh, I keep forgetting to mention a thing that Kenshi might be interested in. There's a game on Steam. It's called Punch Club.
Okay. Gonna
It
give
is
this.
about a guy who has basically Daredevil's backstory. You know, his dad gets killed after a fight. Uh, and the dude that you play as, who is that guy's son, obviously, he basically gets into unregulated fighting. And it's basically a boxing training sim, as far as that goes. But in like pixelated graphics and like old fashioned styles. Like it looks kind of like a SNES game, is what I'm trying to say. Um, and yeah, it's basically trying to balance training with your health and trying to be in peak condition for when a fight happens because your stats will go down gradually as time goes on. Like every day you lose a certain amount of stats, so it's trying to keep your stats in a good position or as good a position as you can when you're about to fight, and then managing money because you have to pay to train in the gym and things like that. And there's techniques that you can learn that have benefits and drawbacks, and there's 3 different styles for how you fight based on agility, strength, and stamina.
So isn't that basically all the boring parts of boxing?
I figured this is something Kenshi might be more interested in than some people. I mean, I'm finding it kind of interesting, to be honest with you. I've played it a bit for at least 3 hours or so. The constant back and forth was starting to get to me, I'll admit, but I don't know. It might be cool to look at, so.
How much is it? Is the most important part of this entire explanation.
It's not an expensive game. It's like, I think in your money it'd be $10. I'm not sure because I can't see your store. Not even. It's like $6.99 in my country. So in yours, it would probably be about
$3 maybe, $2.50.
it'd be like $8 probably, somewhere around there.
Oh wait, yeah, it goes the other way. Never mind. I'm used to converting it the other way.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's something to look at that you might be interested in. Just thought I'd bring it up. Aside from that, have I been doing anything aside from that? Not much. Some guy has been promoting the podcast apparently, and basically saying, "Hey, listen to the Fandom Flux. They're great. And they tell you how to do better as a writer." So he asked me to critique his story, which happens sometimes, and yeah, I did that too. That was pretty cool.
Sorry, who was that?
Dude by the name of Everlasting Imperious.
Right.
You see, people ask me to do that, and I have to let them know I can't do that because I'm awful at critiquing stories.
Send it to me.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm happy to do it. So, anything else that I've done? Not really. So, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much my 2 weeks mostly. I mean, there's other stuff I could talk about, but a lot of it requires Zero to be here. So, well, I mean, we could talk about Frog Thor.
What?
I don't want to.
Does Kenshi know about Frog Thor?
I don't want to do this, so let's just move along. Zero's not here.
Yeah, Zero would find this a lot more funny than the rest of us. So, let's wait until that. Okay, so, Guy, what have you been doing?
Let's see. I went to Dordrecht last week. That's Netherlands. Yeah, I went there for work, and yeah, that was really, really boring, actually. Turns out there's absolutely nothing to do in the Netherlands. It's the most boring place I've ever been. It really is. They talk about boats all the time.
Yeah.
I'm convinced.
Netherlands is like. Wait, isn't Netherlands landlocked?
Sorry?
Isn't the Netherlands landlocked?
Holland area. It's no.
Oh, that's my mistake then.
Yeah, I'm convinced the whole place is just ready to go into a boat when it all floods. So, yeah, and I'm actually going back there next week because apparently it's cheaper to send me on a plane rather than just to teach one guy how to use a soldering iron. Yeah, so I've been doing all the software development for that, and it's really boring stuff which I won't talk about. And oh god, that's really taken up a lot of my time. It's been really, yeah, that's pretty much it actually. Software development.
So you didn't go to Amsterdam then at all?
No, it was pretty much the most. I was on an industrial estate for most of the time. There was
Even if he could go to Amsterdam, what makes you think that he would do anything Amsterdam-y in Amsterdam?
That's a good point. I don't think. Well, he did tell the drunk story, so I don't know. He might have. You never know.
Well, that
Apparently,
depends how
guy's apparently occasionally a party animal. So
how Amsterdam-y are you thinking here?
Well, as far as I'm aware, they don't let tourists do the pot brownie thing anymore. Um,
Prostitutes, all that
so
noise.
yeah, the only other thing is the prostitutes, really.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. Yeah, that's just weird. And it's
Just
a
in case
woman.
they wind up being a man, you mean?
Well, yeah, that too, and we're just.
Or you get into that situation from Eurotrip where you need to use the safe word, but it's in like Dutch, and you literally can't say it. And then they bring out the three-pronged dildo, and then everything just goes to shit. That was a great film, an underrated film. Is Eurotrip?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm safe on that front. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right, Slicer, that's who hasn't gone yet. Slicer, what have
Yeah,
you been doing?
that's me. Not much actually. I've mostly been focusing on school, so a lot of homework stuff.
Hmm.
I got a few games with the Patreon money. I got KOTOR, so that's gonna be fun to replay. Also nice and nostalgic. And I got a few zombie games. Nothing really. Oh right. I'm gonna try the Witcher games.
Oh yeah, I
So I
got the
got
Witcher, the first Witcher actually. Got to mention that
they
one.
they were like $2 or $3 because the lunar sale put everything at like 80% off. It was great.
Hmm.
I didn't I didn't remember them because they're like 18 gigabytes and that takes several weeks on my connection. So each, by the way, not collectively.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then I immediately told you the first one was shit.
Yep. And I'm already most of the way through downloading it. So
The
yeah.
first, the
Have fun
first
with
one
it.
isn't that bad. It would probably be worse. It's okay if you're playing it on the PC, I reckon. It would be worse if you had a Steam controller, but it's okay.
Christ, I can't even imagine playing that game on a Steam controller. There's too many key bindings. There are too many
Yeah,
key bindings.
but it's not a
Oh,
bad game. It's just RPG.
apparently you get 40% off the Steam controller if you buy it at the same time you buy XCOM 2.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really pushing that. But nobody cares, and there are already two different mods to try and get you to play it with a Xbox controller instead,
Oh, that's good.
with Joy to Key or Xpadder, depending on your preferred conversion software. And they would probably work pretty well, to be honest with you. So, uh, yeah, because they basically designed the game to work fairly well with the Steam controller. Like it has partial controller support, and by partial I mean you can still use a controller to like select menu items, but you can't control a mouse with it, and it will still have the mouse cursor no matter what.
Oh.
So basically, this game could have been designed with an Xbox controller in mind, but they basically struck a deal with Steam. That is the only reason I can think of that they did it this way. So that's kind of dickish, or they really thought they were onto something with this Steam controller thing and were totally on board with it. Either way, it's annoying, but whatever. Anyway, you were saying you bought a bunch of games. Did Slicer?
Yes.
Did did you buy Undertale?
I've already had Undertale.
Did you?
Yeah. I've had
You
it for a
said
while
nothing.
now.
I'm disappointed in you, Slicer. You said nothing
When?
ever that you had Undertale. It's not
I
cool.
haven't played it very far. I got to dating Papyrus, and then like I was talking to a friend, and I realized that I wasn't actually supposed to kill Goat Mom. Like there was a way out of that fight without murdering her.
Oh, Slicer. There were a lot of ways out of that fight without murdering her.
Well, I didn't run into any of them, so she's dead. So I have to
Like,
restart.
if you get far enough in the fight, she literally does her damnedest not to kill you. That should have been a clue.
I noticed. Like you don't even have to move after a while. The enemy attack patterns just like move around you. It's yeah.
Yeah,
Little
like if
lip
she does
bits.
accidentally kill you, there is a bonus screen of her just going, "Oh my god, what have I done?"
Oh,
The hands up in front of her face.
wow.
So yeah, you're really not supposed to kill her. Well, you can, but you Slicer.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
killed her
so
too. It was
so I was stuck between the pacifist and the genocide routes. So
Basically, yeah.
there was no point in even continuing, and I haven't had the energy to just restart it yet, even though I didn't get very far.
It's worth it. It's so worth it.
People keep saying that, but I have other things to do.
Yeah,
I've already seen a lot of it, and yeah.
yeah.
Besides, if I was gonna do that, I'd just do genocide round. See how hard it is.
It's
May
not.
as well may as well
Well,
murder all of
it's
the
not
characters that I
except for
care.
2 boss fights. Like genocide is literally just a slog, except for the 2 moments that are actually really good.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Actually, my week has not been uh, very eventful. Just work and
Mm.
school.
Oh. Okay. So I guess we're moving on to. We would be moving on to topics, but hey, let's talk about that randomade that we organized
Yeah,
two
the,
weeks ago,
the thing that we
and
all totally watched.
yeah, we've had
Yep,
2 weeks to watch it, so everyone's of course watched the episode of XXXholic that we were supposed to watch, right?
of course.
Yeah.
So
Slicer, what was
Slicer,
your
what
favorite?
was your favorite part?
hold on.
Oh,
Let me
the
look.
opening. The opening was definitely very good.
Was it?
Yeah.
Uh, that opening song though, that was interesting. What style of music do you think you call that?
I don't even. You caught me. I've I've hit the end of my bullshit abilities.
Oh well, I guess Slicer was too busy for those couple of weeks. Oh well. So what was your favorite part, Guy?
Uh,
What do you think of?
I liked how it focused on the addiction to regular habits. It's expanded in a supernatural setting, serving as a parallel to real world societies. It's the problem of constantly being followed by a demon can be compared by the sensation of a normal person feeling scared by the belief he is observed. Across the series, several clients with different addiction feel visits the shop seeking help, and solving these cases is like a moral dilemma. Yeah, I quite like that part.
Did you like
You
Google
reading a
a
TV
review?
Tropes
Yes, he
page?
did. Credit for trying, but no.
Oh, okay. That was actually good. I enjoyed that.
So Ken, what did you think?
I mean,
Because you were vehement about your views on this show before we started.
it was a waste of 20 plus minutes. I mean, nothing about it at all would have made me watch another episode if I had, unless I had to. Like, if this was like, instead of watching one episode, I had to watch two or three, I would not have been motivated to watch anything else after this first episode whatsoever. Like, there were no hooks. There was really like any questions you were left with were just like, I could live without anything being answered whatsoever. Like, why
Mm.
does he see demons? I really don't care. I didn't care at the end of the episode. Why does he see spirits? I don't know. I don't care. They didn't even launch into that. All I got out of this is that his pocket watch was really important.
Mm.
Important enough to be used as payment to this lady.
I Okay, it's a weak source protagonist, which I have gone on record many times as saying I really fucking hate. uh, I like the animation style. I can say that much. It kind of reminds me of. Has anyone seen The Thief and the Cobbler?
No.
No.
No. It was basically. Uh, it was kind of like an Arabian Nights kind of thing, sort of story. Um, and it took like I think it was 30 years or something to actually finish. And by finish, I mean it got purchased by a big shot Hollywood publisher, and they just said, "Okay, let's just fucking rush this out the door." So it came out half finished and shit. But the animation was kind of something to behold because it was so very different from almost anything else you would see. It kind of reminds me of that style of animation in the colors and the movement and the shapes. Like people in this show, aside from fucking what's her name lady, I've forgotten all of the names because I watched it a week and a half ago. See, I was on the ball about watching the show, god damn it. Anyway, like the protagonist is like comically lanky. Like he looks like he's about 6 foot tall and 3 inches wide.
He looks like he has the wingspan of a professional basketball player.
Yeah. And all of the colors are kind of almost washed out, but not really. It's kind of hard to describe because I'm not really an art person, but it's all quite interesting to look at. But to actually watch, I'm kind of with Kenshi. I kind of don't care. I mean, I would almost watch more of this just for watching more of the art style. But as for the actual plot, I mean, kid gets suckered into a deal with some magic lady who uh, grants wishes, supposedly. Um, and his wish is to stop being able to see spirits and for them to leave him alone. Because, they're annoying, apparently.
Do you ever get that impression throughout the series or the episode?
Impression
Rather,
of what? Impression
that
of
they're
what?
annoying.
Yes. It opens with him walking down the street and getting gradually more frustrated. Just him walking down the street, and then you see from his perspective where he's being chased by a spirit that no one else can see, and then it grabs onto him and basically drags him to the ground, and he's trying to crawl away. No one else can see this. It just looks like he's crawling along the ground, but that's what he has to deal with on a day-to-day basis. And then he touches the wall of this shop that this lady runs, and the spirits go away. So yes, it does make it clear that he finds it very annoying and exasperating dealing with spirits on a daily basis. So yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's good. That's fine. Um, but then he basically gets shanghaied into this deal. Yeah, I'm not a fan of how that plays out, but whatever. Fine, fine, fine. Let's get the plot going. So he gets shanghaied into this deal, and now he has to work for her, uh, doing odd jobs, I guess, from what I can tell so far. And while doing one of these odd jobs with a fucking mascot character, uh, he sees this girl who's talking with her friends about how she can see spirits, and that's not cool, and I'm so tortured, and all this stuff. And you kind of get the impression that she's bullshitting a little bit, like
Hmm.
sort of doing it for attention. But then, guy that can actually see spirits and deals with them on a day-to-day basis gets involved, and naturally, because he can see spirits and they are kind of attracted to him for whatever reason, a spirit gets involved and seems to possess her in some sense. I think that was pretty much how the episode ended, more or less.
Well, at least it ended on a sort of interesting note. I mean, if you're into it, then you'd want to see more.
I'm just kind of not. Like I say, the art style is really interesting. Rest of it, not so much. I kind of don't care. I'm kind of with Ken on that. Not as, you know, visceral about it. I don't hate this show for wasting my time, but, I'm not bothered about watching more of it.
I mean, I don't hate it for wasting my time. I'm just, it wasted my time. Like, I could have been doing a multitude of things for 20 minutes. I could have been doing some curls or some push-ups or something.
You
Would
know,
have
you
been a better
could do that
utilization.
while watching the show,
But I
right?
wouldn't focus
You
on it.
you could.
I totally fucking did do curl. I bought a dumbbell from the shop because we have some fitness gear in now. So I just bought one and just started. Whenever I'm bored and watching something, I'll just pull it down and just start doing arm curls.
How much does it weigh?
Huh. All right.
It's 3 kilograms. I need to get a heavier one.
All right.
I mean, if you're going to
3
be doing that many
kilograms.
reps over like half an hour, then you're going to want something low weight. So that seems ideal to me.
Not
Unless
really.
it's just too light even for that.
I curl 40s for shits and giggles.
Yeah, you've been doing this for a long time though. Fucking noodle on me. I think I'm okay with like a 305.
It's like 6 pounds, dog. Like,
Again, freaking noodle arm me is probably okay with that. Thank you.
whatever.
I'm not shy about mentioning that I'm out of shape, okay? And kind of have been for, I don't know, 26, nearly 27 years.
All right, all right, all right. Fair enough. Just remember, don't ever work out with me, or you probably won't survive the day.
Probably true. Again, not shy about that. So, we need to random A again. So, I'm gonna.
Oh shit, here we go.
Someone pull up a number generator.
1 sec. Random number generator is
27. You need a 27 first.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. For the
You
symbols,
need to
not
roll a
just the
27.
alphabet.
okay.
Yeah.
Un momento, por favor.
Dun, 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 dun. Do, 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 do.
Why is my internet so slow today? Like, it's been slow since I got home.
Result 3 out of
3.
yes.
So that's B. And oh, there's a lot of B's. Okay.
You could do it.
So that's 10. So let's go with. I think that's about 90. Let's go with 90.
Okay, generating 72.
Of course it is. All right.
You just count backwards.
Well, it's not actually 90 though. So that's the thing. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70. What are we going for?
72.
70, 71, 72 is a Beyblade thing.
Ah.
Beyblade
God.
G Revolution, whatever that is.
Is it a
God.
sequel or a movie? Please tell me it is.
It's a sequel, I believe. Yeah, there's Beyblade and then there's Beyblade G Revolution.
God damn it.
Generate it again or?
Yeah, generate it again.
God
Okay.
damn it. This was on
50.
TV too. I notably ignored this. Okay.
Actually, hang on. It's actually about 120, so I can count backwards if you roll it for 120.
Okay, 120. 43.
Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. What are we going for?
43.
41, 42, 43. Batman the Brave and the Bold Season 2.
Damn it. I was hoping it'd be like Batman Beyond or something. I'd have totally been down with that.
That would have been cool. Batman Beyond is on here, so.
I know, I saw it. That's what I was hoping for when you started counting through the 40s. It's like, that's close to Batman stuff.
Roll again.
Okay, 39.
39, okay. Actually, it was 43 before, yes?
Yeah, 4 backwards.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Batman Beyond Season 3. Can we just say Batman Beyond and we have to watch the first episode?
Fine.
Yeah, we'll just do that in future. If it comes up with a sequel, just watch the beginning of whatever it is.
So
If it's a film, we'll still cancel it, but if it's second season or whatever, we'll just go back to the beginning.
Sure.
So, apparently we have to watch the first episode of Batman Beyond.
Oh,
Oh no.
no.
What a terrible circumstance we have fallen into, Kenshi.
How dare you? This is the stupidest idea ever. Why do we have to watch this? Damn you,
Yeah.
Ramsey.
I've never actually seen Batman Beyond.
It's pretty good.
You are in for a treat.
Yeah, I've heard about it, but never seen it.
I might wind up binging this whole season, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. I watched it like 2 years ago or something. I only watched the sequel film about 6 months ago. That was pretty fucking cool though. Hell yeah. So yeah, it's basically Batman of the future. It's actually the alternate title is Batman of the future. So, like I think 60 years have passed. Original Batman has retired, so Bruce Wayne is now just a crotchety old man, but still kind of fucking awesome. And a new dude by the name of Terry McGinnis basically stumbles his way into becoming the new Batman.
Batman,
Oh, here we go.
the crotchety old man would actually still be Batman, but every time he tries to fight, he like keels over, or something like that. He has some
Yeah,
illness.
he. I'm going to spoil the very opening of the show, but uh, the opening of the show is like 20 years after the end of Batman the Animated Series, and Batman's starting to get on in years. He's upgraded his suit and stuff, and that's pretty cool, but he's still like a 50-odd-year-old
He's
man
old as
at this
fuck,
point.
broken down from years of getting your ass kicked by Bane and Clayface and shit. It kind of wears
Yeah.
on you.
So he gets into a fight with some thugs, and he's basically about to get killed, and he notices a gun on the floor, picks it up, points it at the dude that's about to kill him. The dude runs away, and then he basically has a panic attack and says never again. So, yeah, that's what gets him to give up being the Batman. So, based on that, pretty fucking cool, right? Awesome show. Bit high school drama-ish, but basically doing a review of it now. So I need to stop talking. But it's a good show. Everyone should watch it. Everyone should watch it with us. If you haven't seen it before, fucking watch it with us, and you can fucking chime in on the comments and what you think of the show
Yes.
next episode.
Kenchi encourages this. Everyone should watch Batman Beyond.
Yeah. So, on to topic. How long have we been going?
Hour.
45 minutes? That's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Right, so first topic. Guy brings us this topic, so thanks, Guy. This is not opening a can of worms at all. When to abandon a story.
We're gonna first take this one on as readers, not as anything else. So, what are any kill spots for you guys for stories?
Oh god, this is familiar territory. Okay, I recently tried reading a story. It was a Young Justice story with a self-insert, and in every chapter he would do an intro sequence.
What do you mean an intro sequence?
Think anime opening.
Right. Well, I suppose if it was interesting enough, that would be all right, actually.
It's not.
Yeah, okay.
It's not. I've seen that
never
done
is.
once or twice. It never works.
It doesn't work in printed word. It just doesn't. But people still try because they think it's cool, and they'll have like a soundtrack running to it.
Oh.
Like, say, for example, Paint It Black.
You say that
Okay.
because it's all over the place all the time. That's another thing I hate. Soundtracks in your fucking story. Like, hey, like at a certain point in the story, they're like, play this song. No, I'm not gonna do that. Because first of all, it's like
That's tolerable to me.
well,
It's
first of all,
tolerable to me because you can go on.
it's like there's a 70% chance that it's a song that's already in someone else's story. So first of all, that's my first problem with it.
It's tolerable to me. It's not going to make me stop reading the story. It's just okay. You want me to read this? To listen to this? No. Okay, so let's keep reading the story, kind of thing. So it's just ignore it. It's not a big deal. If they start putting the lyrics in, then we have a problem.
We have a
But
problem as well.
yeah, it's that sort of thing is ignorable if it's not constant. Like if they're constantly stopping the story for the sake of including a song that really improves the mood of the moment, guys. If we stop the fucking scene every 3 seconds so that you can read a line from a song, because that has the same impact. Anyway,
Yeah.
when else should you abandon a story?
Generally, I give up stories if there's no drama to them. If there's no challenge or anything like that, and everyone's just walking through quite happy, then yeah, I generally quit stories pretty quickly after that.
I can tolerate that for a while.
Well, yeah, sure, but for a while. But if eventually it's not really a story, it's just a bunch of stuff happening. It's
Yeah,
absolutely
I think I read like 40 something chapters of Harry Crow before I got so incredibly bored with these apparently nouveau socialites starting throwing parties every 3 weeks. I don't care. I didn't care after the second one.
Yeah,
So
that was weird. Just
mm,
turned into kind of a party marathon.
yeah, well, whatever. How how did that happen anyway? I mean, it was literally a story about Harry being
Uh,
raised by goblins and him being raised in a warrior culture, and it ends up turning into let's have a party every second week to celebrate. I don't know, fucking box opening. I don't fucking.
they wanted to spread their social circle or whatever, make alliances and all that, but it didn't go anywhere.
It was weird, but whatever. Uh, yeah. So I'm kind of with you, Guy, a little bit, not entirely, but enough of that will sour you on a story.
um, if if it becomes clear that the author has some sort of ulterior motive behind the story, if he's
Oh,
writing it because of a political viewpoint or anything like that, or yeah, just to make a message, that gets me off pretty quickly, actually.
not gonna lie, I've stopped reading a story because of that too. I forgot. Ooh, Lord's Fire, I think his name was. Yeah,
Kinsfire?
Lord's Fire. He was a good writer. Brutal Harry.
Oh, yeah.
The story with Harry Potter as if he was actually raised in the Dursleys and had all the emotional damage that would have actually caused. Um, yeah, he did a sequel story to that and introduced in and brought religion into it.
Yeah, it's
I don't mean like he brought in like angels or a real concept because it's fucking it's Harry Potter. It's a magic setting that is not entirely beyond the bounds of possibility. As in, like Harry is a Christian now for some reason. um, yeah, I don't know. Probably the biggest breaking point was someone makes a comment of someone being able to like treating someone like they can walk on water. It's a setting with magic. People can actually do that. That metaphor doesn't work.
Not so much.
But that bothered me a bit. So yeah. Uh, shame too, because I was really looking forward to that sequel. And it just kind of went off the rails.
It was a
Oh
good fit. Then it just then it didn't. Yeah.
well. Any others? Ken, you got any
Uh,
shouts?
a story that's basically a non-stop training montage.
oh yeah.
A lot of Dragon Ball fics are like that. A lot of
A
them.
lot of Naruto fix as well, actually.
Every
Yeah.
chapter for
Yeah.
like 20 chapters, you are training every chapter in a different way, but you're still training every chapter. Like that's the only thing you do. Like the point of your story is to exercise. Hey, you could be doing this and this, and this is a good way to work out if you had superpowers. And I would do it this way if I could do shadow clones and stuff like that. I don't.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've seen so many Naruto fics start with Naruto as a kid, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna have him get trained by such and such a ninja, fucking Yugao or Anko or whatever," and then they never actually get to canon because they spend 20 chapters just training him up to be a super ninja,
Hmm.
and never actually let him do any super ninja stuff. So
Yeah,
all build up, no payoff,
any
kind of thing.
story where the character learns more skills than they use,
Mm.
that's a pretty good way of dropping it.
I'd consider that a bad sign more than a reason to drop it.
Uh, well, yeah, but are they ever going to use those skills, or are they just? Yeah, I suppose it could be either way, depending on your tolerance.
Mm.
Uh,
Hmm. Other reasons to just completely flat out drop a story. Uh, Random
Uh,
OC out of nowhere that already knows everyone and is loved by everyone.
I was actually just going to mention there's a lot of things with OCs that can get people to drop fix. Even just them appearing would be enough for
well,
some people.
yeah, it's I I agree that it can be bad, but I also think that there's a tendency to drop them too soon, just as soon as the word OC comes into it.
OCs are fine.
Yeah.
I don't like it when an OC shows up and everyone treats them like they've always been in the story.
Mm. Yeah, that wouldn't be a huge breaking point for me, actually.
Mm.
I could manage that. Well, if it was done well, of course, but
Mm. This was a bit of a downer topic. Oh well.
Well,
I
Thanks,
I
that's
guys.
the
wanted more
point,
from
yes.
the point of view of the writer, actually. That's how I
Mm.
was thinking of it.
Now that we're
Mm.
warmed up, we can go from the writing
Warmed
perspective.
up. Is that what you call it? Is that what you
Yes.
call this, Spicer? Uh, okay. Reasons to drop a story as a writer. Uh, you don't feel like writing the story anymore.
It's Tuesday.
It feels like a slog, yeah. Or it's Tuesday. It's just the worst Tuesday. Or it's just a random Tuesday.
Yeah. If you don't feel like writing the story anymore, don't write the story anymore. Call it abandoned. It's fine. You aren't doing this for money, so just fucking drop it.
You should be having fun with writing. If you're not, then something is wrong. Or you're
Yeah.
just depressed, which you should probably get looked at.
The fan base is toxic.
You feel like you've written too many words on it already. You're just bored of writing it.
Hmm. Any others?
So,
You've
sorry.
hmm,
Guy,
you've
go.
completely screwed up your plot. Just made a mess of it. And you really just don't feel like rewriting it.
Yeah. Guy, you got one?
Yeah, yeah, your pacing is completely off, and yeah, you don't want to keep up the pace that you're going at. It isn't. Yeah, you think you've set something which you don't want to keep on going. So who's speaking from experience here?
Me.
I assumed everyone.
Yeah.
To date, I have abandoned 3 stories, I think.
I've abandoned 2 stories and I'm thinking about abandoning others. It's Yeah, I'm not sure yet.
I haven't abandoned anything, but I can't say that I'm not thinking about it. But I have ideas, and it's like I just don't feel like writing.
Mm. I would guess, but I don't want to guess. So
You probably already know.
no, I still think it's a guess. Because you have a lot of stories, and a lot of them don't get updated anyway. Because you have nowhere near as much time as you used to. So
Damn it, I miss being in college, except for the paying
yeah,
part.
yeah.
Yeah, tuition
Hmm.
sucks.
Anyway, anything else to say about why to abandon story?
Yeah. I really thought this was going to be a better discussion. It's kind of just been really depressing, hasn't it?
Well, yeah, of
A
course
little
it's going to
bit.
be depressing.
Yeah.
It's about giving up
It's
and
it's
acknowledging
literally a
failure.
topic about when to give up.
Yeah, a rule of thumb which I've always found when you on fan fiction, when you have more reviews than you do favorites or follows or whatever.
That's assuming that every review then favorites and follows. You would have more reviews.
Yeah, but
Like if you get loyal reviewers that will just review every chapter, that's a good thing. So that's kind of a rubbish measure, to be honest.
well, yeah, but most of the people who read it don't actually review. So it's, yeah, yeah, it's always just the proportion which I've taken to when I've been looking at stories, because then you get stories which are like 100 chapters, a thousand reviews, but like 50 favorites or whatever. Because it's always just the same people reviewing all the time, and you aren't actually getting any new reader base. It's the story's dried up.
Yeah, there's a ish. I mean, favorites not a good measure
Yeah,
because a lot of people don't bother favoriting and just follow instead. Like me, I only favorite stories if I really, really like the story. So, but follows, yes, I would agree with you.
How often does that actually happen, though?
What?
what?
A story just stagnating like that.
It happens. I've seen plenty of it.
Then again, I suppose I've never really looked. I mean, I'm sure if you looked at some of the really longer fics, then you might find that a lot of the same people are reviewing, and you're not getting a lot of different people, or new people rather, for the current chapters.
Yeah. All right. Next topic. Let's move on. Disneyfication. So this is where Disney take a story, or a company takes a story, because I suppose it could work for any company. They take a story and they turn it into a story for the whole family. Let's say. So, big example on TV tropes, at least, is Hunchback. Yeah, the story where a lot of people die now apparently includes singing gargoyles that are incredibly annoying. God, I hate those fucking gargoyles.
I haven't seen the movie recently enough to know, but they're probably super annoying.
If you saw it, you would hate those fucking gargoyles.
Well, it's also not all. It's not always a bad thing, though. I'm just thinking of some,
It's not. That's true.
like Frozen or something. The Ice Queen by Hans Christian or whatever it was. That was a pretty rubbish story, to be honest. It was a Christian allegory, and then they turned it into one of the best-selling animated stories ever. So,
Likewise for
The Little Mermaid or something. Yeah.
that's the one I was going for. Yes, Little Mermaid. Yeah, that does not have a happy ending in the original.
No, she ends up washed up on a beach and drowning. Oh no, they have her legs cut open and she's bleeding and everything, and she has to cry or something for every dead tear of a child or something silly like that. Can't
She
remember
has
it.
to pull herself up to the shore with her, like, she doesn't get legs. She just gets a tail that's split in half.
Yeah,
Mm.
she gets mutilated and the guy forces her to dance. It's pretty horrifying, or something.
Yeah. The prince is a jackass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, good things, bad things. Mm-hmm. I like the quote, by the way. It's from a Terry Pratchett book, so I should like the fucking quote. Jesus Christ.
What's the
Uh, it was much earlier even than that when most people forgot that the very oldest stories are, sooner or later, about blood. Later on, they took the blood out to make the stories more acceptable to children, or at least to the people who had to read them to children, rather than children themselves, who, on the whole, are quite keen on blood and provided it's being shed by the deserving, and then wondered where the stories went.
Mhm.
So, yeah, makes a good point. This is not necessarily for the kids' sake.
Yeah.
This is for the people that have to show their kids these stories and will always wonder, is this a good thing for my kids to watch?
Listen, I don't even believe in Disneyfication as a concept because I watched the movie Spawn at 5 years old. So if you know what Spawn is, you will know that this is not traditionally a thing that should happen. But I grew up just fine.
Well, yeah, kids
Mostly.
can grow up on anything. It's just what they get accustomed to. It's the parents and
Mm,
what they're accustomed to. That's what it defines it.
mm,
I think the only exception to that is horror movies. Horror is kind of universal if it's set up right.
mm. Yeah. Likewise, horror, probably generally speaking, not a good thing for kids to watch if it's like horror, because
No, no, it's
that's going to
not.
give them some bad times for a couple weeks.
Which by proxy will give you some bad times for a couple
Mm-hmm.
weeks.
Yeah, they'll get over it, but you know, hmm, give them a fun story to tell when they're older. But you
So,
know, still.
are we talking about Disneyfication as in what's right for kids to watch, or talking about Disneyfication about the adaptation of movies for kids?
Well, technically, the trope is about adaptations that make it lighter and happier.
Right.
But you know, either one, whichever, whatever gives us more talking points. To be honest.
We could talk about Four Kids and their horrendous
Oh
mutilation of
God.
everything they touch.
Okay, Pokemon. I think they got mostly right.
What did they really cut out of Pokemon? I know there was that scene where Jesse and James held up the convenience store in that saloon or whatever, and they took out the gun.
That wasn't Jesse and James. That was fucking the guy that was running it. He basically pulls out a
Oh,
gun and points it
right.
directly at Ash's face.
Right.
Yeah, that was the Safari Zone episode where Ash caught like 60 Tauros or something.
They never
And
showed that.
they also cut out, or at least cut out a scene. I don't know whether it was a scene or the whole episode with well, it was another episode where James was dressed in drag, but this time he was in a bikini
It
He
was
somehow.
actually
it
had
was
tits
it
for
was
some reason.
yeah,
Hmm.
it was the whole episode they cut out. I remember this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember watching it with subtitles. Yeah. And the Porygon one for obvious reasons.
Yeah, that
Fucking
okay, I
sneezes.
can agree with that one. That was an actual health risk.
Yeah, but they didn't actually change that much from Pokemon, so I don't know. Credit where it's due for that. One Piece, on the other hand.
Oh, yeah, I remember one of the things I heard about One Piece was the Arlong thing with Nami. It's Arlong didn't actually kill Belmare, instead he just said, "I'm locking you up," which like goes massive plot hole and everything. But no, they didn't want to shoot her, so it was better just, oh yeah, she was locked up and died off screen, apparently.
She starved to death? That's so much worse than getting shot.
Well,
Yeah.
no, they never ever explained what happened to her after that. They just said, "Oh, I'm locking you up. You're going in prison because you can't pay." And yeah, they just forgot about her.
Huh.
Jesus, that's screwed up.
I know.
Hmm. I can kind of see the logic of not having a mother getting shot in the face in front of her children, that kind of being a bad scene. Probably not the best way to get around it.
No. Is there a good way, though? I mean, she has to
Uh,
disappear somehow because she's gonna come back because she's their mother.
uh, Arlong pointing the gun at her. Hard cut back to the present day.
A bit
You can
vague, but
read
that
between
works, I
the
suppose.
lines. Yeah.
What was the other one? Or the chef guy? Instead of cutting off his own
Yeah.
leg to eat it, he got caught in a barrel, so got caught in a rope randomly as he was jumping off the ship and just, chopped off my leg off screen.
Hmm.
That sucks, bro. Like him eating his leg was so hardcore. Like,
Yeah.
It was.
Hmm. Zeph was cool.
Yeah.
Anyone seen Dragon Ball Z Kai?
yes.
I tried watching it when it first came out because I thought, hey, I should probably figure out what this whole Dragon Ball crap is all about. I watched like 9 episodes and I was so very bored.
See, the whole thing. See, the
And
thing
and,
is,
and Kai is the fucking abridged well, it's not the abridged version, but it's the abridged version that isn't called abridged, right?
there's
It is the
Yeah.
one that
yeah,
got all the crap cut out of it, so it's just
there's
straight up,
no
and I was still bored by it.
there's no 36 episodes of Goku versus Frieza in Namek. Is the major difference.
Yeah, I was bored of it in 10 episodes, and that was the one wheel of fat cut out. So no.
There's actually a giant list post forum thing somewhere where it lists all the changes, and there's a lot of them. There's so much
Yeah.
blood turned into spit or just outright removed. The hole in Goku's stomach from the Raditz fight is just a bruise, although I think that was original 4Kids stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's like they put like the Kai unrated version on Tsunami, and there's blood, there's violence.
Ah,
So
then I don't mind them cutting out the fat because that series had a lot of filler. That yeah.
yeah, like there
Hmm.
was like 3 episodes. There was at least 3 episodes during the Namek arc focused on Frog Captain Ginyu switching bodies with Bulma in the middle of Goku and Frieza's gigantic clusterfuck fight. That was
Let me
I don't
guess.
even
He
remember
felt
that.
himself up. He felt himself up, right?
maybe I'm pretty sure that's what he would have done had it not been aired on Cartoon Network when I first saw it.
Ah,
So
fair play.
Yeah, I've
Four
completely forgotten
kids.
everything about Dragon Ball Z. It's so long ago since I watched it, I can't even remember anymore.
A
They fight
giant chunk of
Vegeta.
that show is forgettable.
Yeah.
They fight Vegeta, and then it turns out Vegeta was working for a dude. So they go to Namek for some reason and fight that dude. Then they come home, and then some androids show up. So they kill those androids. Turns out there's some more androids that are really worse. Um, uh, and then a big bad android called Cell. Then they kill. Cell kills those big bad androids, and they kill Cell. And Goku dies for stupid reasons. Then there's a thing about some giant pink marshmallow dude, and they kill him somehow eventually. There you go. That's the abridged version of
Right.
Dragon Ball Z.
I'm I'm pretty sure I remember something about some happening after that about Dragon Balls coming to life and turning into monsters or something.
shut up. That's
No,
GT.
I don't know
We
what
don't
you're
talk.
talking about. That's crazy.
We don't talk about that. That's not.
Yeah, that never happened. Sorry. You're
Right,
wrong.
okay, fair enough. Yeah,
Oh,
they all
there is
mix.
stuff after that though. There is stuff after that though. With apparently there's a god or something, and he looks like a bunny rabbit crossed with a dog.
You see, here's the
Um,
thing. These movies are you would appreciate the movies more than the show because they movies don't fuck around. They get to the point. Dragon Ball Z is about people fighting people. There's everything else in between is just blah. So movies just get to the point.
What about the live
For the
action
most part.
movie?
Also, Gold
No.
Frieza.
Yeah, so anyway, they beat the bunny dog thing, and then
Nope, they
Frieza,
don't.
the
They
guy
don't
the
beat him.
guy from Namek comes back, and they beat him by turning their hair blue.
They don't beat Bunny Dog God Creature. They don't beat him. That's the point of the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, they don't beat Beerus. That yeah.
I haven't watched the film, but I did a pretty good job of bridging the whole series. Aside from that, right?
Pretty much.
You forgot the most important character in Dragon Ball history, however, Mr. Satan. You didn't talk about his rise
Yeah.
to glory.
Hail Satan.
Do you think they're gonna make that joke in Abridged? They probably should. Then
Well,
again, it's kind of obvious.
have you seen
Go on.
them playing Xenoverse?
Uh,
They really do like Mr. Satan, apparently.
Yes.
Also, not to go on a tangent, but I'm so glad they've stopped doing the. Well, they've started another series that isn't fucking Fallout 4. Because
Yeah, that
I
that
find
went
it
on for
boring.
a really long time.
They're still going. I find it boring enough playing Fallout 4. I don't want to watch someone else play it. Even if it is Captain something something Ravager. It's a good name, but still.
It is. They kept adding new parts to it every episode. It was pretty funny.
Hmm. Yeah, so they're playing the new Naruto game, so that's gonna be pretty cool. Anyway, I think Guy was about to say something before I started going on a tangent.
Yeah, no, I was just saying everything from Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT has just mixed in together for me. I really can't distinguish them anymore. They're just all blurry memories.
Holy shit, we were already on a tangent when I went on a tangent.
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot we've been talking about Dragon Ball for the past like 20 minutes. God damn it.
It's like a
That,
trap. It's like a hole in the ground. You fall in it and you never escape.
I can't even ban it from discussion either because it's too important. Like so many things we talk about can be related back to Dragon Ball. It's like Naruto. We can't just get rid of it.
It is
Which is
unfortunately
like
iconic, yes.
hmm. Uh, hmm. I'm looking at the examples now, and the first one that comes up with Lion King is Hamlet, and it's not fucking Hamlet. God damn it.
Well, the sequel, or wait, no, never mind. That's Romeo and Juliet.
That is Romeo and Juliet, yes, but the fucking Lion King is not Hamlet. Anyway, uh, Snow White is there, obviously. I'm going to skip the Disney ones because we don't deal with Disney. Fan fiction. There are, okay. The Gone with the Wind fic GWTW, the animated film, parodies this. What the fuck?
I
Uh,
okay.
what? I don't even. I don't even. I don't even. Comics. Let's look at those instead, because what the fuck was I just looking at?
Yeah, good luck with that.
Okay. I'm skipping comics because I don't know about comics.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay. The ending of the film The Witches, which, by the way, was a Roald Dahl book, which, by the way, was a children's author.
Okay.
It's a little strange.
Bulldog did some pretty messed up stuff, mind you.
He did.
Yeah.
In fact, yeah. That was cool. I miss Roald Dahl. I'm kind of tempted to go back and read all his books, to be honest with you. Go on a bit of a nostalgia trip. And BFG and that. And the Twits. I really liked the Twits as a kid. I think it was prophetic of me being a completely misanthropic human being. Anyway.
So, what were we talking about? Are we still on the same topic, or?
I think we're still on Disneyfication, but we're probably gonna move on at this point because I think we've gotten okay. Live action TV. Merlin. Goodbye, incestuous love child of Arthur and Morgan Le Fay. Hello, adorable orphan druid boy. So basically,
Okay.
they retcon Mordred, is what happened.
Oh.
Oh, wait, was that the series where instead of Guinevere actually making a mistake, they just completely handwashed that, as in she was mind controlled when she made up with her Lancelot?
I have no idea. I stopped watching after the first season.
Uh,
I remember Merlin talking to the dragon by going because my parents watched it, but that's all I know from the later seasons.
yeah, that's about right. I completely remember it. It was more background TV thing.
Yeah, it was not very
Yeah.
good. Disappointing because I like Arthurian legend. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on from Disneyfication. We're at an hour and 20, which is not enough time to do this topic and 3 questions and recommendations. So, yay, we get to skip this topic because I want to do this one with Zero here, with the whole cast here, basically. So we're going to skip that one and bring it in next week.
Make sure you remember.
Yep.
I will put it in spare topics, and everyone else can remember when I bring it up.
But I
So, what
won't
topic was
remember.
that? Well,
We're not going to say because it's going to be a surprise.
put it in the little link. I've forgotten.
It was you that brought it up.
Oh yes, but I've got a short-term memory sometimes.
It's literally already in the chat. It's the last thing in the
Ah,
chat.
right. Yes, that one. Okay. We mentioned a lot
Wow.
of topics. Come on.
Okay. All right. So, first question. These probably aren't in the order that we received them, but whatever. So, have we ever had any ideas that made us sick from Imperious 94?
No.
In
Uh,
fairness, Slicer has an incredibly high tolerance.
yeah. No. I've had some ideas that make me go, "What the fuck, brain? We're not doing that." But
Yeah,
no.
same.
Yeah, I thought of stuff that I've been tempted to write just to freak out readers, but no, I've never actually wrote it. Or yeah,
Ken?
No, I hate to say this about myself, but I'm pretty much radio pop when it comes to writing. Like, I don't, nothing I do is really super outrageous. So I've never given myself a, why would I think of that moment? I've never done that. So,
Okay. Next question. Sociopathic How to write sociopathic characters by Eden Meza.
oh yeah. I got to confess, I actually do quite like writing sociopaths as characters. It's quite fun.
Okay, I want to get this right, so I'm going to double check the definition of sociopath.
Well, the
A
definition.
person with a personality disorder manifesting itself in extreme antisocial attitudes and behavior. So does not care about doing social interaction
The
right.
truth is, the definition of sociopath, it's kind of vague and not really scientifically standard or anything. It's kind of crosses over with psychopath in a lot of places, but yeah, the idea.
Yeah, psychopath basically means you don't have a moral compass.
Yeah, it's well, yeah. There's a lot of crossover between the two definitions in pop culture, really. So I
Yeah,
just take it.
they're basically interchangeable as far as that goes. So we can do both, I guess.
Yeah, the character that doesn't care about anyone is how I always define it.
I've defined it as a character who has no empathy and cannot understand the concept of empathy.
Yeah,
That would, yeah,
yeah, that's pretty
I
much
think
it.
that would classify as a sociopath. Yes, I think.
It is. Yeah. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, well, lots of the really interesting thing which I like about it is that a lot of the sociopaths are aware that they are sociopaths. They know
Mm.
that yeah, everybody, but to them, everyone else around them, it's like there's a group which they're not a part of, and they're struggling to actually understand everyone else around it. So yeah, a lot of sociopaths they act. They've learned to act out completely normal, but yes, they are sociopaths. They're just trying to pretend empathy. It can be quite interesting. I like characters like that.
I'll be honest, I've never tried to write one before, so I don't think so. Anyway, no, I haven't tried to write one before at all. No, I mean, one could make an argument that if you just play the card-carrying villain trope, then you could argue that maybe they're a sociopath, but it's incidental. They're just a bastard beyond that, so.
Yeah, I would say for a sociopath, they don't have to be evil. It's not.
They don't.
Like,
They really
yeah,
don't, actually.
Yeah.
It's actually more interesting when they try to do good, but cannot understand why they're failing.
Yeah,
I mean,
that would be.
take Sherlock Holmes from the. I don't know whether it's true to the original character,
It's
but
kind of true.
in the modern day version, he openly defines himself as a high functioning sociopath. So, and it's very interesting because he does try to be a decent human being a lot, and then there are moments when he gives up. So it's fun. It is a fun character to watch and read and such things, but
Yeah,
can be tricky to get right for a writer.
yeah, it is a difficult one to write because you can't, particularly if.
Unless you're a sociopath, then you don't. It is incredibly difficult to understand how a sociopath's mind would work.
Well, this if
If a sociopath is someone that is outside of the group, then the group is someone that is outside of the sociopath. So it's a difficult thing to try and get across.
they say about 10% of the population is probably fit into the conservative definitions of sociopaths or psychopaths. It's a really vague category, to be honest.
Yeah. Any tips? This was basically how to write sociopaths. So
Yeah.
It depends on what role you want to have them in. If they're like a side character kind of thing, it's very easy to just skim over the surface. If you're going to have them as a main character, you need to do some research. I feel anyway.
Yeah, if they're a main character at some point when they're interacting with others, you have to go into some sort of detail as to why what they're doing isn't normal. You have to explain it, but you can't go overboard with it. Like, it's kind of tricky.
So anything else for the tips on how to write sociopaths?
I think that's pretty much covered it, actually.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie, I started doing arm curls while I was waiting because I have nothing else to contribute.
right.
All right. Next question. Last question. Have we ever done anything on space battles and sufficient velocity or questionable questing?
Nope,
I did that last one.
Space Battles hates me.
That they do.
Yeah, I brought
They
up
do.
worm fan fiction for space battles.
Oh yeah, you did one of those. I forgot what it was called, but yes, you did.
Yeah, we're trying.
Was it a crossover or what was it?
No, just a worm fan fiction.
Yeah, they are very welcome at space battles. So yeah, and sufficient velocity and questionable questing. So they like worm on those sites. They really, really like worm on those
Yeah,
sites.
it is
Oh
weird
my
how much
god.
they like it. But then again, I suppose there's like fan fiction in Naruto and Harry Potter, so
And Twilight.
yeah.
It's their
Twilight.
mascot story, as far as I know. I mean,
Did he start there? The guy that wrote it, or something?
Uh,
Oh no.
no, I don't. He's on there a lot, I think. They're always throwing around word of God quotes. That's something I hate.
Ugh.
I know. It's.
See, that's sometimes a problem with space battles and the rest. Space battles AL, as I've put it in the comment that I answered. They are very dedicated to canon, or they can be. They get very sanctimonious as to what canon is and what you can and can't do because of canon.
I know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've been through that argument quite a few times on space battles. I'm afraid I have.
Yeah. So if you're, say, for example, Mr. Zote, who has an encyclopedic knowledge of fucking DC, apparently, then you're perfectly fine writing a story about an Orange Lantern and doing a self-insert and having every character ever show up in the story. But, you know, if you're just a random guy that wants to write a cool story and doesn't want to play entirely to the fucking rules of the fucking setting, or wants to, you know, edit those rules to make a more interesting story, then you're shit out of luck. Stick with fanfiction.
Reason number 73 why Spacebattles hates me.
Hmm. Yeah. As for, like, I mentioned in the comments, there is a Fandom Flux account on Spacebattles. No one else has the password, so it's basically just me. But not to post anything there, because see previous 5 minutes of discussion on Spacebattles. I basically just go there to read the stories that I like and maybe say, hey, I'm going to recommend this on the podcast, because I do that because I'm a dick. Well, I don't know. People should know that you're praising them elsewhere as well. That's kind of a nice thing to say.
I wouldn't have been
Yeah.
here if you hadn't have done that to me.
Yeah. So, but that's pretty much all I do on Spacebattles. I also have an account on Questionable Questing because they have an adults only section that you can only get on if you have an account. So I made an account to see what they had. Not much, apparently. So, oh well. I mean, they have stuff, but once again, it is 99% worm. So, who gives a shit?
Yeah, I've been reading quite a lot of Worm fan fiction. It's all right.
Yeah, a lot of people give a shit about Worm. I'm not one of them, and neither are you. So
Yeah, fair enough.
Eh,
It,
I've never
ge-
tried. I don't care.
I
generally, a lot
tried
of
it.
the sorry,
Go
Didn't,
on, guy.
oh,
Go on, guy.
sorry.
generally a lot of the fan fiction sites have a couple of fandoms that they really focus on. I mean, fan fiction is Naruto, Teen Wolf, Twilight. Space Battles is a Worm, DC, and Archive of its own, like is Teen Wolf and things like that, isn't it?
Yeah, there is a bit of that going
Yeah.
on. You're not wrong.
Fan fiction is, I feel unique in that it's kind of compartmentalized, in that different sections have their own interests.
Yeah, I've got to say, fanfiction.net is still probably the best fanfiction site that exists anywhere.
Yeah.
Because if you don't want to read stuff from other categories, you're never going to see stuff from other categories because you just look in the categories that you're interested in.
I think Archive of its own is probably the better site if there were more people on it.
Their search function is shite.
Oh, their search function is much better than fan fictions.
If it functioned as you would expect it to, then yes, but it's a bollock to try and figure out how that thing works.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's
It's pretty bad. Actually, fanfictions one has actually improved by leaps and bounds recently, so it's worth giving that another look, I think. But yeah,
As long as they don't start blacklisting words again. You couldn't look up lemon for a while.
really.
Yeah, you'd get an empty search page if you looked up lemon.
Oh well, but yeah, I'm never gonna do anything with Space Battles et al. I'm just not.
I've never been big on forums. Even if it wasn't a forum, I don't know.
yeah. Well, to be fair,
It's not really my scene.
there are bits that I quite enjoy about it. Actually, you can actually talk to the reader, and yeah, you
Yeah,
can get a bit.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I enjoy doing that. Actually, it's fun, but yeah, it
yeah.
brings you more connected to the reader, and they do more
There's a
bits for you
benefit that
once.
it's more in like a message board thread. So there is a conversation, there is a back and forth going on, which you are definitely not guaranteed to get on fanfiction with the review response mechanic. Like you can respond, there's no guarantee whatsoever they'll respond to your response, or whether you will get an acknowledgement that they read it.
Mhm.
So, it has its place, but mine is not there. So, uh, anything else to say about them at all?
It takes a certain type of person to enjoy being there, I would say.
Mm.
It's yeah, you've got to put
Uh,
up with a lot of
I don't even
bullshit
know.
on there.
Sisa? Sisa?
What?
You were saying something.
No, I couldn't really think of anything to say. They do a lot of self-insert stuff there. It seems like that
They
seems
do.
to be their focus or their niche rather, and that's just not
They're
really something I've ever been interested in. I know
they're
they've
actually quite
had a
good
lot
at
of
it.
ones that stand out, but
It's self-insert and choose your own adventures, I would say. They're
Mm.
pretty big on those,
that's a
but
good point. Yeah.
which makes sense actually with the type of format they use. It does work well for it.
Yeah. Okay. Now that we've spent so long shitting on space battles,
I was defending it for a bit. I did try
yeah.
to defend it for a bit.
Okay, now that everyone but Guy has been shitting on space battles for the past 10 minutes, let's do recommendations, and I'll go first because I'm going to recommend something for space battles.
Okay.
My recommendation today is going to be, but Mom, I don't want to be a pirate.
Oh yeah, I've
Okay.
It is a One Piece self-insert. The self-insert happens literally, he gets born and doesn't want to be a pirate in the One Piece universe. He wants to be like, I think scholar is the term he uses. He wants to be a learned dude. But because he is born on a pirate ship and his mum is a pirate and is therefore basically born into a pirate crew, if he doesn't become a pirate, the Marines will kill him anyway.
Oh, is he well known enough, or his mom rather well known enough
No,
that
she's just a
it doesn't
pirate.
matter?
So she's a pirate. So he's a pirate. So he's
Mm,
pirate spawn, which just makes him evil, apparently, to
yeah,
absolute justice means.
yeah, that's actually a concept in the series. I mean, Ace, even if he wasn't a pirate, he would have been killed. Um, so yeah, he basically kicks and screams his way through ending up being a pirate anyway. Uh, there are a lot of flashback sequences. They start every chapter of when he was a child and was getting to know a certain group of characters that may or may not be the Sailor Senshi for whatever reason. He is as confused about that as the reader is. Um, and in the present day of the story, he finds out that, well, he basically, they get attacked by the Marines, the crew. Uh, so he gets uh, stranded on an island and gets picked up by Jewelry Bonnie's crew, I believe. And through some circumstances, finds out that his crew were all killed by the Marines and basically ends up joining Jewelry Bonnie's crew. It's a pretty good story.
Who's Jewelry Bonnie? The one that captures Luffy in the very, very beginning?
No,
Jewelry Bonnie is one of the supernovas, the one that eats a lot, pink hair.
de
the
ages
one that can
people.
turn into a child.
Yeah. Slice is not 100% up on his One Piece stuff, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I
well,
don't think I got that far.
yeah. So he basically joins up with her really early into the canon One Piece timeline, and basically adopts them as his new crew, and it's pretty damn cool. All of the crew get their own characterizations, uh, and they're all somewhat interesting. Some of them don't get as much screen time as others, but also the main character experiments a lot with stuff, including devil fruits and how they work. And if I end up carrying on the One Piece fic, I'm probably going to just basically adopt this guy's understanding of how devil fruits work because he put a lot of thought into it.
Mm.
Um,
I might
yeah,
have a look at that actually. I never really went past the first chapter on that. did have a
It's
look.
pretty good. Yeah. So, worth giving it a look if you want a good One Piece fic, and if you really like jewelry bonding. Yeah, that's pretty much my recommendation. It's as stories go, it's almost entirely original content. Like there is no, they don't meet up. They have yet to meet up with Luffy's crew at all, and it's been going on for quite a while at this point. Haven't even heard of them, so doesn't even know whether they exist yet. Um, and as far as I'm aware, they haven't gone to any island from canon at all.
I'll have to seek this out and give it a look. See.
I'll link it in the chat, but there is an island that they go to, which is basically ruled by, uh, I guess you call them Mongolian XPs. Which it's a pretty cool sequence because there is a guy that has a horse devil fruit, turns into a centaur with a bow and everything, but can shoot through like stone because he uses hockey. It's kind of cool. Yeah, it's actually two brothers. One of them has the centaur fruit, and the other brother rides him. It's a good series. It's worth
Wow.
looking at.
God, that must be so awkward for the for who's on bottom.
Well, it's always awkward for the person that's on bottom. Um, Bad enough to bring family into that. Yeah, so that's my recommendation. It's cool stuff. A lot of it's original, and credit to the writer for coming up with some interesting original stuff. Like the current arc is them hunting down a certain type of bird that's kind of like a penguin and a puffin, but is deadly. And there is a fight with some silverback gorillas that have pompadours the size of like a surfboard.
Okay.
The story
Okay,
sounds more
that sounds
amazing
good.
than writing it.
Yeah, you're selling this one well. I'm going to have to give it another look now. I dismissed it after the first chapter. To be honest, I didn't think it was that great.
You had me at Pompadour.
Yeah, it handles the One Piece side of this, the tone of One Piece pretty well, to be honest. I still have no idea what's going on with the Sailor Senshi thing, but whatever.
Neither does
Um,
the main character, so that's kind of ideal.
yeah. So yeah, that's my recommendation. Anyone else got?
Yes, I've got one. Hold on, let me get it. It's an old one I read a while ago. That Look by the Lord of Lands of Fire. So yeah, it's quite a popular Naruto fan fiction, but it's still good, and I really like the way that it does the characterization and the romance. So pretty much the premise of it is that Anko sees Naruto who's really lonely as a child, and then decides to step in and pretends to be a child just to give him company. And yeah, it's a really sweet opening, but it turns into a proper story after that, and I do like the way how the romance develops. It's really good. So it's an old one now. It's been dead for a while. It probably isn't going to be continued, but it's still worth a look. And one of the things which I like about it is that the romance is really pretty messed up. It's like between a 12-year-old boy and his uh, adult who's got her own issues on it. And one of the scenes is that Naruto pretty much gropes the ankle when she's sleeping, and they have this whole
Ew.
yeah,
It's kind of
12-year-old boy, and it's good. But credit to him, he makes it so it's messed up, as in they are two seriously messed up individuals, and that's explored later on. Now, yes, they got this way, and they're all really in character and things like that. So, really, there was some action sequence and things like that, but it's good for the romance side of it and the characterization, how it develops over a series of years, sort of thing like that. Which, yeah, I quite liked it.
What was that called?
That Look, I'll link it in the
Okay.
chat.
Thank you. I was about to ask.
See, that I actually read that fic back when it was updating, and if I have
Go
to
back.
hit Alt F4 and get the word Gaki 50 times for a 5,000 word fic, I think it's a bit much.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
point there, but there's still a lot of good stuff, which, yeah, I still do quite like it.
It's a good fic. I definitely second the recommendation, but like just turn your brain off when Anko talks or Anko or whatever. When
Yeah,
for that.
I think we forgot that particular point on when to abandon a fic. Is when they get overly enamored with Japanese terminology. If I read the word eto anywhere, I'm fucking out. I'm just out.
It's Yeah, I would say that's probably a bit harsh. I mean, it's quite a common in Naruto fan fictions, really. Depressingly so, but yeah, it's just something I've got
Yeah,
to live with.
it's a thing they do a lot, and I can tolerate that. But eto has no point in
No.
any. It's literally just That's what it means. It means
Which is another one of those things that it's a sound effect. You don't need to type it out. You don't need to type out burp when someone burps. It's retarded.
uh,
Anyway, anyone else got recommendations?
I got one actually. This is kind of weird in that the story only goes into its own backstory at chapter like 9 of 11. So it's at 11 right now. John, it's a Ruby fic. I've been kind of
Mm-hmm.
rating that section. One of John's ancestors fought in the Great War, and after the
What's it
war,
called?
blondes.
Blondes.
Yes. After the
Okay.
war, he saw that the promises made to the Faunus, they were not going to keep them, and so he just like fuck that, and he went off and made his own settlement. And this is not entirely uncommon. The only thing is most of those settlements got overrun and destroyed. This one didn't, but a lot of stuff happens, and they're basically unknown, but through means that actually make sense. But nobody really knows about them, and I don't want to really reveal any more. But long story short, John visits Yang and Ruby when they're kids, and they kind of grow up knowing each other distantly.
Mm.
It changes a lot of stuff, and it snowballs pretty quickly. It's pretty interesting. I like it.
I just want to mention Ruby is fucking killing it this season.
I haven't seen any of the recent episodes. I was gonna wait till the
You
season was
should.
over and then binge it.
It finishes on Sunday. Sunday is the day that the last episode comes out of the season.
Awesome. I'll get
You
to.
really should.
I'll pretty much be watching the entire season next week then.
Yeah. Like, you know how the first two seasons didn't do anything with the promise of the show? Yeah, that all came in this season.
Good.
So
They really didn't explore the setting very much at all.
yeah, I've never seen it at all, actually. I've never watched Ruby.
it's worth a look. But like I say, it's very minimalist in its storytelling until the third season. So, Ken, do you have any recommendations?
I do not.
Ah, okay. All right. As a thought, did I ever mention watching Jessica Jones at all?
No.
Like finishing it?
Nope.
No, don't think it did, actually.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay. Well, if I can add that to the link dump at the end, but
It was a good.
I finished watching that. It was okay.
I quite liked it.
It was okay. I mean, the biggest flaw in it was the Doctor. I mean, Kilgrave. I mean, the Doctor. I mean, the Doctor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought he was good. He played a good part in that. He did steal the show a bit, but
No, he didn't. He was literally just playing the Doctor again.
no, he was playing pretty much a sociopath. No,
He was trying to, but it was basically the script that was defining that, not his acting.
eh, uh, yeah, I disagree with that one. No, it doesn't matter.
I wasn't a big fan of it. They didn't capitalize on showing the threat of a person who can tell anyone to do anything they want.
Really?
As a concept, that is incredibly terrifying, but they
Uh,
like there were moments like the police officer being told, "Hey, you should go kill that woman," is a horrifying concept for multiple reasons. But there were very few moments that were quite that bad.
What do you mean the part where everybody was raped and so just the casual thing? Oh yeah, throw coffee in your face. Just have a random guy walking it down the street. I thought they did that really well, actually.
Hmm.
It- I mean, even
I don't think there was enough menace to it. I just don't.
oh, okay.
It didn't sell itself on it to me, unfortunately. But it was an okay show. I liked what's his name? Luke Cage. He was cool. He's a cool dude. I also like that it's ambiguous whether he actually forgives her at the end. Not to spoil it. But yeah. I like that bit. That was pretty cool. Um all right. So I guess that's the end of the episode. I'd like to thank everybody for listening to the Fandom Flux podcast. Oh, not quite the end of the episode. It
Yeah, we
is
got Patreon stuff.
the first week, well, possibly the second week in February. Yes, it's the second week in February, but you know, we even if we had done an episode last week, we wouldn't have been able to do it because the money hadn't gone through yet. But you know, whatever. I'm gonna put my password. All right. Oh, apparently they have a new creator page that I'm gonna have to fix. Okay, fair enough. I'll get on that at some point. All right. Donations that we received this month. First off, Resden, your donation is still not going through. Don't know what the reason for that is, but you know, hope you're okay, dude. Might want to cancel that at some point for whatever reason. Tempestropa donated $5 again. Thank you, Tempestropa. Yay,
Woo.
Tempestropa. Woo! Woo! Um, Arxum donated $10. Thank you, Arxum. Asking for a commission for some reason. Not entirely sure why he's doing that, but whatever. If he wants one, he can ask for one. It's fine.
Yeah.
Korvek donated $20. Once again, dude, your thing's coming, I think. Ken?
Hmm? Yeah, I'm actually reading it, and I'm reading it, so I'm getting through. It's a lot to read. Like, there's a lot, and he hasn't told me exactly what he wants.
Right.
So
Oh, he's just like update me when you've finished reading it or whatever.
no, I mean, I told him I was reading it, and then I told him, hey, it would probably help a lot more if you told me what you wanted, but he never got back to me. So
Oh, all right.
I'll, you know, get in touch, dude. We'll see what we can do. And Hugh donated $20. Again, dude, you already got the guest spot reward. So if you want to do that, just let us know, and we'll sort that out. But in the meantime, I don't know whether you're intending to constantly donate $20 to us. If you are, we appreciate it. But you know, um, yeah, not entirely necessary anymore as far as the reward goes. So it's hard to tell with these at this point whether people still want the rewards that they're listing because they're all on reward tiers rather than just the $1 thing. I don't know, but thank you all anyway. We
Thanks all
very
the
much
same.
appreciate it. Yeah. So thank you very much for donating once again. We still very much appreciate donations. As usual, reward tiers: $20 gets you a guest spot on the podcast whenever your schedule allows. $10 gets you a 2,500 word commission from one of us. You can choose. At the moment, Ken Chi's a little bit busy, so probably not him at the moment. But you know.
I
And $5, basically, we hang out for a little bit on Skype or whatever through text or voice, whichever you prefer. So, yeah, just if you'd like to donate, even if you wouldn't like any of those rewards, we would still very much appreciate a donation to continue doing cool stuff. Like recently, Zero had to buy the D&D books, which are ridiculously expensive. Like, look them up; they are stupidly expensive for what they are.
I know. I've seen the old ones in used game shops. They're like $40 a book.
Yep. But yeah, so it does go towards what we do for the channel almost always.
It's good that you had to specify that.
Well, I mean, a lot of the stuff that it ends up going towards is games, and then we end up playing those games on fucking Flux Play or whatever. Reminds me, we still need to organize stuff for that other thing that we were gonna do, the Naruto film.
Oh right, yeah, okay. I can download that.
Yeah, same. So I'll have to put that in the next round of emails to see whether we can arrange a time that we can all do that. That'd be cool
All right.
to finally get that out. Um, all right, so thank you for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast episode 121. If you'd like to get in touch with us, you can do so through the YouTube channel through the comments. If you'd like to donate on Patreon, we would very much appreciate it. It, like I say, it mostly goes to stuff for the channel, almost
If you
always.
wanted to go to specific stuff, just message Casey. He's in charge of all the money, so
Otherwise, I'm gonna
Yeah.
put that money towards going towards a panky rang.
what?
A panky rang.
I'm free to ask
Oh,
what it is.
okay, yeah. Not sure why you'd want one of those, but okay, whatever. It's
Why
your
not?
your money.
I have no room to judge. I still intend to get all of the lantern rings that I saw from before.
Still,
So,
really?
Yeah. And one for each finger, including your panky.
oh, I forgot to mention the fucking Super Bowl. I'm pissed off about. I'm gonna make this quick. I'm pissed off about it because I won my bet by a lot. Like I
But
bet £100 on the Broncos, and I won £315 on the Broncos, but I didn't get to watch the fucking game.
You know, all things considered, if you watched the game, you probably would have lost.
Shut up, Ken.
That's how it works for me.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch the game because I think we talked about this before in September when I first got the NFL Game Pass. How they black out games if they're being broadcast on national channels.
Yeah, I remember that. You kind of asked me the question of, should I get all the games and have some
Yeah,
black? Yeah, you asked me that. You asked me about making a choice, and
yeah. Turns out, no, I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have had it go through the Super Bowl included because turns out the Super Bowl is included in that blackout because it's being broadcast on national channels. So basically, all of that money was wasted. And I can't watch it on national channels because I don't have a TV license. So yeah, a little mad about that. But yay, £315. That's nice.
Whew.
So, yay, I can probably get another one of those rings. Don't know whether that's a priority at the moment. Might look into upgrading my computer instead.
you should probably do that.
So anyway, where was I? It says YouTube, Patreon. Once again, thank you for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast episode 121. Bye now.
Bye.
wow.
See you guys.